A day in the life of a handyman. I got 3 jobs today. It's about to be 10 a.m. I'm at my first one. This one should just be some assembly and some artwork. So we'll see how this one goes. You know, you already know last time I did this vlog, my car broke down halfway through the jobs. So hopefully this time we have better luck and I could complete all 3 jobs. Yeah, guys. So this first one was just hanging up some art decor. They chose the height. I just centered it on the wall. Then I had a shelf, kids shelf. That was pretty easy. And then I had another kids shelf, and that was pretty easy too. And then this is the one that took me the longest. The project that took me the longest, and it was building this Ford Lightning F-150 little kids car thingy. And in total, this whole first job, it took me 2.5 hours. I had to rush to my next job, you know, so I didn't get any like in between footage. But the next time you see me, I'll be finishing up my second job. And for this job, 2.5 hours, and I made a total of $200 and I believe $25. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can have gay sex. So I just got done with that, my second job, and it took me like 10 minutes. It was just replacing a light switch in the bathroom, the one to control the vanity lights. It was just broken. It would flicker, and you could hear the noise arcing. So that took me like 10 minutes to replace. And also, like, she had a bunch of outlets that she said that only one of the outlet part worked, not the other one. And it's what I suspected. I have my outlet tester, and those plugs are hooked up to a light switch, a wall switch. So she was actually pretty happy about that, you know, to learn something new about her house. And you know, those older houses have that because you just plug in the lamp and then you use the light switch to turn on the lamp. I guess back in the day, overhead lighting wasn't really too much of a thing. And everybody used lamps. You know, lamps kind of fell off. There's a lot of like talk about how can lights suck. You know, like the overhead lights, that it doesn't make the room look nice. It casts like ugly shadows and stuff like that. So a lot of designers, they say you should use some really nice table lamps or floor lamps to make your space look really nice. But yeah, man, I did that first job. I did that second job, and I have a little bit of a break, a little bit of a gap, because the third client, he's not available any earlier. So I'm gonna chill for a little bit. I'm gonna pick up my preschooler from school, and then I'm gonna head to my third job. So see you guys later. Hey guys, before I forget, subscribe, like, hype me up if you can, share, do whatever you can. I always forget to like do that call to action thing in my videos. So please. All right, guys. So I just wrapped up my last job. It took me exactly an hour. It was hanging up a ceiling fan. It was pretty easy. I got a little stuck. The remote wasn't paired from the factory like it usually is. So I had to look that up and figure out how to pair that. And also, there was a door lock that wasn't latching good. It was a smart lock, and it was encountering resistance. So all I had to do was move the strike plate over just a little bit, and that fixed that. And so this job, I made $85. This job and my last job, they were both on TaskRabbit. My first job was a private client. So, but in total, the grand total for today as a handyman, I made $395. So let me know what you guys think, because I know it goes both ways. Some of you guys are gonna say, "Man, you're so lucky. You're so blessed. You made almost $400 in one day, and you still had time to go pick up your kid. You still had time to go take your kid. You still had time to go home and eat." Some of you are going to be saying that. Some of you are going to be thinking that. But I know some of you are going to be thinking, "Wow, you're an idiot, dude. You hung up a fan and fixed the door for only $85." They always leave a comment like, "Here in PA, I charge $700 for that all day. You know, $700 per fan. I do 3 fans a day. I make 200K, 250K a year. You know, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna comment that. So, you know, feel free. Let me know. Let me know how much you would have charged for a fan and the door lock. You know what I mean? I'm happy with it. You know, I like these. These are the kind of jobs I like. In and out, an hour long. Not even, you know, my last job was just only 10 minutes. Those are the kind of jobs I like. I like TaskRabbit because, you know, I just set my schedule and I don't really have to do it. No fuss, no muss, no marketing, no this and that. No big jobs. You can easily reject jobs. You know, I don't like setting up a miter saw and setting up a station to cut wood and dealing with the dust and dealing with the cleanup and being in somebody's house, you know, all day, all week, and you know you're there till late trying to finish up, and the family's there awkwardly trying to eat dinner with you in the house trying to work. I've done that stuff and I don't like it. So, as you guys know, today's Thursday, and Monday I'm starting a full-time job. So, you know, subscribe so I can keep you guys updated on that, because I'm definitely going to tell you guys about how that experience is, going from self-employed to employed, going self-employed for like 8 years to going back to answering to somebody and all that stuff, and let you know how that goes, guys. We'll see, you know, because what I'm thinking is like, what I'm like a little anxious about is, you know, like people say like, oh, there's always like workplace politics and this and that, but I'm not bad at politics. I'm not bad at dealing with people, so I'm not too worried about that. And also, I'm old now, man. I'm not no spring chicken, so I don't go in there naive thinking that, you know, everybody's my friend and everybody has my best intentions at heart. You know, like how you do when you're 18, you go there and they completely, you know, run you over with a truck. So, you know, subscribe so I could tell you guys about my first day at a full-time job. See you guys.